What's up everybody, Jusky here, and I'm quickly going to make a rundown here for the Kanai's Cube. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos I'm putting out for the Diablo 3 patch 2.3.0 on the PTR. This is just a quick rundown on what the cube is all about here. So after doing the new zone, the ruins of Shesharon, or Skesharon, however you want to call it, in Act 3 here, which I will show you. So over in... here we are. Act 3, the ruins of Shesharon. You can go ahead and run that. At the end, you'll get the cube. Cube appears in town right by Zoltan Cool here, and upon clicking it, you have the option to place things inside of it and transmute them. If you look in the recipe book here, there's 7 pages of different options you can do. You can extract legendary powers, which I'll demonstrate in just a minute or two. You can reforge a legendary, which I won't be doing because I don't have the materials to do so right now, and technically it's not really that great of a use of materials anyway. But what that does basically is re-rolls your legendary. So in other words, I could put this broken crown in here with the said materials right here, hit transmute, and it'll keep my broken crown but re-roll all of the stats. So useful if you want to try to maybe turn a legendary that's not an ancient into an ancient, or perhaps you have a weapon that rolled damage very low and also no damage percent, for example, and you really can't save it with the Mystic. You can just get a brand new shot at it with this technique here. There's also the ability to upgrade a rare item, which I'll show you in just a moment. You can put a rare item in with these materials and turn it into a legendary, which is really cool. A legendary of that same type, actually, which really helped me in getting my furnace, but I'll explain that in just a minute. You can convert a set item, which I'll also show you, where you'll have a set item of a certain set, and let's say, for example, I found a Talrasha helm, but I already have a Talrasha helm. I found another one, and I really don't need that, but I need, let's say, for example, Talrasha gloves. I can put my helm in there with 10 Death's Breaths, 10 Forgotten Souls, and re-roll to another Talrasha set item randomly. So I can get a chance at getting those gloves that I needed, and then, so forth and so on throughout that set. Remove level requirement. This is, I guess, pretty decent. If you want to power level a character, you can put any item in there with a rank 25 or higher gem of ease, and it'll remove the level requirement completely. So any item in the game, any weapon, any piece of armor, any jewelry, you can remove the level requirement from. It's kind of cool. You can also convert gems here, so you do any gem, 9 of any gem, and one of the following, any of these essences, which I don't know how to even get these essences. That's not something that I really looked into yet, but I guess you get any of these from anywhere, I don't know. You put it in there and you'll convert a gem to a higher tier gem. And same thing here, convert crafting materials. If you only use 1 Death's Breath, which is really a minimal amount for something like this, only 1 Death's Breath, which they come very quickly nowadays. A normal magic or rare item and a normal magic or rare crafting material times 100, you'll upgrade it to another higher crafting material. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, let me show you an example of certain things that I was talking about before. First thing we're going to do here is extract a legendary power. So in order to get these Kanduran runes, Chaldeum Nightshade, and so on and so forth, all these materials, each of them come from the acts that you see in the order that you see them. So Kanduran rune comes from Act 1, the Nightshade comes from Act 2, the Tapestry comes from Act 3, 4, and 5 for the Angel Flesh and Holy Water. So you run the complete set of bounties in that act, and at the end of that act, when you get your stash from Tyrael, inside that stash or bag will be a certain amount of the subsequent material for that act based on the Torment level that you're playing. So right now the sweet spot of that seems to be Torment 7, where you'll, if you do the bonus act in each set of bounties here, so for example right now the bonus is on Act 2. If Sedek and I did Act 2 and all of the bounties here, we would get actually 2 bags, and each bag would contain 4 of that item, so for a total of 8. So you can go ahead and do the acts like that and really rack up a lot of these materials so that you can extract quite a few legendary powers. But I'm going to show you here now I have the Zephyrian Amulet, which has the legendary power of preventing all lightning damage taken and healing yourself for 10% of the amount prevented. Now here's a pretty cool thing with this. The legendary power that's extracted is always at its maximum value. So for example, if I hold control down here, you can see that this amulet can roll anywhere from 10 to 15%. When I extract it, it'll be at the full 15%, which makes things like the Furnace and Tasker and Theo, Convention of Elements, those ones that I have in there right now, really, really useful because it extracts it at its max value. So anyway, here's the Zephyrian Amulet. I'm going to put one of each type of material in there. You can feel free to put your entire stack in there. It won't use your entire stack. It'll only use what's required. So I'll put all 5 materials in there with the amulet. Go ahead and hit transmute. And it failed because I forgot the Death's Breath. So put the Death's Breaths in there as well. Hit transmute, and it says extracting a legendary power will consume the legendary. Extract the power anyway. So when I press OK, I will lose my amulet, but I will gain that power permanently. So it says new power extracted, and as you can see, the amulet and those materials are gone. The remaining materials went back into my inventory here. And if I click on my jewelry slot, there it is, Zephyrian Amulet. So I can click on that and make that my active piece of jewelry from my cube. And right now, even though I'm not wearing the Zephyrian Amulet, I have the, if I go to my details page and scroll all the way down, I have the Zephyrian Amulet active, and as you can see, it is 15%, the max value. So that is one very, very useful part of the cube, to be able to have essentially three extra legendaries always equipped. I am going to put back my Convention of Elements though. Okay, so now I will show you guys. I'm not going to show you the Reforge Legendary, but I'll show you how you can upgrade a rare item. Right now, I'm not sure if this is going to make it to live, but if you can actually buy a yellow from a vendor, as I just did. I bought myself a source. Place that any yellow item, including ones from a vendor, as I said, right here in the cube, with some Death's Breaths, 25 Death's Breaths, 50 reusable parts, 50 dust, and 50 veiled crystals. Hit transmute, and it's going to give me a legendary, which, as you can see, actually ended up being the Chantoto source, one of the set items. So you can also get sets that way as well. So I upgraded a rare to a legendary or set of that same type. That is a very useful mechanic because the upgraded legendary will always be of that same type. So in order to get a Furnace, there aren't too many legendary two-handed maces out there, so you can just stock up on yellow two-handed maces, throw them all in the cube one by one, and hopefully get your Furnace quite easily that way. So we have that. I don't need that. Okay. Next, I'll show you guys how to convert a set item. Actually, I can use the set item I just made here. No, I can't. Never mind. There's only 2 in there. You have to have a set that has 3 pieces or more to do this. So, for example, I'm going to get these Ashira boots that I have just sitting around in my stash. Come on over here, and this works with any set that has 3 pieces or more. You place your set item in there with 10 Death's Breaths and 10 Forgotten Souls. Hit transmute, and a crafted item cannot be used. Alright, never mind. Let's try this again. Let me go get a set item that's not crafted. Here we go. These Veer's boots will work. Come on over here, and we'll try that again with an item that's not crafted. The Death's Breaths and Forgotten Souls, we place them in there, hit transmute, and there you have it. It gave me Veer shoulders. So I converted my Veer boots into Veer shoulders, which actually are pretty decent. Too bad they're not ancient. I might actually be able to replace my current shoulders with them if they were. But you can see, and you can keep on doing that as well. If I wanted to put 10 more Death's Breaths and Forgotten Souls and hit transmute again, it'll give me yet another set item from the Veer set. So you can go ahead and keep doing that over and over to get that 1 missing or 2 missing set pieces that you need for your set. Okay, and finally, I think that might be all that I'm going to be showing you guys today. Yeah, I'm not going to remove any level requirements or upgrade any crafting materials or gems, but you guys can go ahead and see the recipe book there to see what you guys have to do to what's required to do those things if you wanted to. Also, you can there are 2 secret recipes that aren't in the book that are known to us right now. If you have a puzzle ring, which I'm not gonna demonstrate this so as to not waste my items, but if you have, where's my puzzle ring? Okay, so if you have a puzzle ring, you can throw that in the cube and just hit transmute, and that'll open up a goblin portal to the vault. And alternatively, if you have a where is it? I should have it somewhere over here. I found one yesterday. Here we are. If you have a bovine bardiche, you could put that in there and hit transmute, and that'll open up a portal to the cow level. So there may be more secret recipes that are not known to us yet. We'll just have to wait and see what's in store for us with the Kanai's cube. But that's just a quick rundown on all of the cube's abilities that we know so far, and the usefulness that it provides, especially getting into the higher greater rifts, which Sedek and I demonstrated yesterday. You can check that video out as well if you haven't seen that. We did a greater rift 52. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that quick rundown on the Kanai's cube, and be on the lookout for more Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls videos from me and from Sedek probably as well. So I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.